Alright, so I'm doing the tutorial on the install on Aorus Extreme Edition GTX 1080 Ti to the, this is just a stock 1080 Ti Aorus Extreme standard Extreme Edition, I guess. They pretty much are all the same when they're 1080 Ti. So basically, we're going to, this is going to be the net result. I've done one of them already, so this is what it ends up looking like. But, yeah, look how gorgeous it becomes. So I'll take you through the whole process to actually make it like this, and I'll translate to Japanese here and there. So if you can bear with me, I'm sorry about that. Yeah, that's about it. We're going to end up losing the black plate since we don't need it. The RM's further can, work well, get rid of, some of the stuff that isn't required in the end. I am using, for thermal paste, I'm going to use Thermal Grizzly's Cryonaut. You don't want to use conductive paste on 1080 Ti. It will destroy the nickel plate on the cooler itself. So I'm going to use the traditional, this is definitely the best. Arctic MX4 probably works fine, but this is again the best of the best. So yeah, get the case in there for a moment and we'll get it started. I am in Japan right now, so I can answer any questions if anyone has any. I'll go ahead and open up the chat. Yeah, so the system spec is as follows. The current specification on the PC, which I'll get in a second, is got a Threadripper 1950X 16-core. The motherboard is an Xtreme 9TR4 MSI got gaming carbon probe. The CPU goes on it. 4.1 gigahertz. Cooling AIO is currently an Enermax 240 watt, 240 mil with a 500 watt cable, whatever that means. RAM is 64 gigs, 3200 megahertz is in here right now. No, I have 3600 kit, CL42, DDR4, NVMe. There's a bunch of 2 terabyte NVMe's in RAID with redundant RAID. Graphics cards are the ones that I have listed are the stock Aorus Extreme Edition 1080 Ti, and there's obviously 2 of them not in the PC right now. The SLI is how it's going to work as long as I don't destroy this block. Those are overclocked to 2.06 gigahertz, or at least probably going to be overclocked to 2.88, anywhere from 2.88. I've seen one of the cards go 2.126, so maybe we'll get something higher. I highly doubt it. It's like half at 0.088, so it's got 34 inch, 144 hertz ultrawide monitor on it. The keyboard is Enermax brown. No idea what brand it is. I just don't care. And let's get to it. Oh, for your Japanese folks, I'm going to go ahead and translate. 翻訳してまたこの部分をまた繰り返します。実際のスペシフィケーション、現在のスペシフィケーションは、CPU は AMD Threadripper 16コア32スレッド 4.1GHz 全16コア 4.1GHz のオーバークロック。マザーボードは、X39994 MSI Gaming Carbon Pro AC マザーで、クーリングは Enermax 240、500W AIO 一体型 EK の水冷クーラーです。ラムは 64GB DDR4、3200MHz、CL14、速いラムだけど、クソみたいな形してるけど、このケースの中で、SSD は NVMe レーブストレージメモリーを使っておりまして、2TB の、M.2 NVMe PCIe になってて、グラフィックカードはもちろんこのオーラス Xtreme エディションの、SLI、一つはもう、ブロックの方はもうつけてるんですよね。だから、もう一の方に、交換してあげたいと思います。現在、グラフィックのスピードは 2.03 から 2.06GHz で、メモリは10ギガビット、12000MHz にオーバークロックされ、モニターの方は34インチ 144Hz ウルトラワイド LG 型で、21台9使っております。マウスキーボードの方はスティールシリーズ、マウスキーボードの Steelseries 使っておりますけど、本当にブランドわからない。スティールシリーズだけっていうことで、今のはスティールシリーズということわかるんですけど、スペック全くわからないです。ただ、青い。まあまあ、音がいいっていうぐらいで、そこですね。じゃあ、ここからじゃあ進みましょう。日本がネタで申し訳ございません。Discord チャンネルで今入っています。Discord channel's open if anyone wants to increase there. You guys know who you guys are. That can get a hold of me. Sorry, I'm a little bit very, very slow. I've been up for like 25 hours. Ooh, see what I mean? Okay, so let's get to it. Camera down here. Got it. Alright, anti-static, whatever. It doesn't matter. So let's get started. And I'm going to start off here by getting ready. We'll do an unboxing on one of the water blocks, which I don't think we can open yet. I just haven't opened it. So, EK likes to present it to Japanese folks. 今から開けますので、新品の EK ウォーターブロック。ここに書いてある通り、ビクリナンバーが、EKFC1080 GTX TI Aorus Revision 2のです。So, this is EKFC 1080 GTX Ti Aorus Revision 2 version, and it says it right in the box, like here. If you want to get it, I think it costs about $170 here in Japan, so I'm guessing like $130 in the US. It's a little more expensive here, so don't ask me why that is. Comes in their traditional orange casing. I don't really know if it's traditional. It's a nice box. Got the thermal pads that need to go on the thermal pads go on the VRM and capacitors and anything else that needs cooling other than, I don't imagine why the VRMs actually need any cooling. It comes with a wrench, an X wrench, different tabs for the liquid cooling, instruction manuals that we probably are not going to use. So we got this AWD packaging in here. And, oh, brand new EK-waterblock, huh? Okay, right here, waterblock is finely sealed. Yeah, it looks like the one that I just put together. So, well, I'm going to take care of this here is I'm going to maneuver the install here is I'm going to go ahead and get my screws. Got my thermal grizzly, it's all ready to go. It's got paste fusions on it. It's really prudent that you guys know if you use thermal grizzly, try not. It oozes and gushes. Don't put too much on. Don't put too much on. It's very easy to get a lot on. It doesn't matter. It's not even conductive paste. It's not that great, unless it is conductive paste. Unfortunately, I'll show you. It's nickel plated. The EK block is nickel plated. If you bet gallium on nickel plating, it will eat through it. Okay. Big warning. Again, if you put nickel plating and gallium together, okay, you're going to get it eaten through. No, don't use, well, use this because it's not going to, I mean, this is fine. If you use cryonaut, it's going to be fine. If you use conductonaut, it's not going to be fine. It will eat through this nickel plating. Okay? So it says right here, Ti Aorus. What it is, I guess it's got the same PCB on the main board. So apparently, if you take a look at, if you purchase the Extreme edition of the Aorus 1080 Ti and the EK-waterblock board, only thing that's really different, I think they're binned. I don't know though. It's got copper, whatever. It doesn't need it. Honestly, if I took this out, it wouldn't make one lick of performance difference. So, if you like how it looks, then you get this card. If you don't give a fuck about how it looks, then you don't get this card, or you get something cheaper. If it goes in a cooling system like this, where it's open loop, for example, you're gonna want to run gorgeous system. Yeah, I'm running a P3 case, and it's full open loop. Not well, it's gonna be full open loop. So let's get on with it. So you got the thermal pads. Thermal pads go on your DRMs, your capacitors, and you got caps and blah blah blah, and important water cooling stuff. Okay. So I'm gonna open it up, rip the seal, take it out, and we have another EK block. So first off, I'm going to work towards getting another one of these in tonight with you guys, and we'll get it started. I'm going to put this one aside. Wow, look at this, huh? I already saw it too many times, so I don't care. So I'm going to take these stock Aorus, and it's big, it's huge. Okay? If you want me to compare the stock Extreme Edition to the EK-waterblock one, is very, very different, because there's waterblock on this one and there isn't on this one. Suffice to say that one's bigger than the other. Well, no. Do this. Hold up one moment. it should be uploaded. It should be. Oh, there we go. Okay. So again, これを解体してから、ウォーターブロックの方もつけますので、カメラを下げます。はい。ではまず始めるのは、ドライバーが1つ必要で、それはちっちゃいの必要ないんです。You don't need a screwdriver that's too small. This will suffice, I'm pretty sure, because I did it once already. So there. See what I mean, right? Okay, so I'm going to start with taking off the screws on the core, or the 94, I guess the VRM. Because the plate on the VRM is not coming off tonight. So just need to 4 screws that hold down this back plate, or at least the copper portion of the back plate. And I'm going to take out, so you got 1, 2, 3, 4. This whole black plate's actually held on by 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We will not utilize the back plate, right? I've already explained why. It is because it's not required. There's no performance improvement by having a black back plate on here. So, thus it's going off. It's definitely not needed. So, now that these screws are off, it's very simple. Turn it over. Screw 7本取った後、準備完了。で、これ上の部分を取る。Okay, there's a lot of cables in here, so make sure you don't rip them out if you want to ever use them again, okay? 1, you got 4 cables. 4. You got 2, you got 3, you got 4. Okay? This cooler will not be reused. It's going to need to go in the trash. Unless, if you want to reuse it, okay, because you want to, you broke something or you want to have it on there for something, you leave it somewhere very nice. Okay, you put it in a box, you do what you need to with it, okay? I can't take responsibility. Okay, so, とりあえずこの VRM のパッド、okay? ここに入ってるパッド、つけといて取っといてください。またこれを使いたいときに、とりあえずこれが乗っかると助かりますので。Okay? Y'all Japanese guys. One second, I got something. English. Let's see. Okay, so we're going to take off the back plate on here, okay? And yeah, screwdriver. So we've taken off most of the screws, okay? Once the screws are off, you're not going to utilize them. There's more screws in this bag right here, so don't worry about that. Don't worry about losing them unless you really want to use them again with the stock cooler. If you want to use them with the stock cooler, again, don't lose them, okay? Stock cooler's garbage compared to this stuff, okay? I'm not going to utilize it again. Okay? So what we're going to do next, we're going to take off the back plate because it's, again, it's not required, so let's just take it off while we can. Save some sunlight, except it's it's 1 a.m. here in Japan. I spent too much time in Akihabara today. I got to look at some cool PCs today, but it doesn't get much better than looking at your own, having a few, Aggies or, having some 1080 Ti's game on when you're at home. Seems like it's nice to screw with hardware all day long. These are off. 4 screws. 7 takes off the cooler that we just took off a second ago. Again, don't take off thermal pads if you want to reuse it or you don't have extra thermal pads to put on the new one. There's 4 screws that we're holding off right here, right here, right here, and right here. Don't need to worry about the screws if you don't want to use it. Now, the back plate on, so the VRM cooler right here, or the copper back plate, or the copper portion on the back plate, does not, it's not required to be reused. This temps are so low on these things anyways. VRM usually is okay, like at what, 120 plus degrees Celsius. It's kind of out of something, you know, you'll never really get it up that high. Yeah, don't worry about it. Okay, so remember to take out 2 screws that are holding down the copper back plate, or you may take it off on accident. Okay? You take this off. ここにあるスクリューズ、1、2、3、4、5、5、6。全部なくしちゃっても構わないはず。でっかい方のクーラーをまた使わない限りは大丈夫のはずです。Okay, so we're going to go ahead and clean the part here. So you can use whatever you want to clean it. Like to use rubbing alcohol, which I have prepared right here. I got my tissue right here. I'm going to take some off real quick. So expose the die. Like I said, if you have an extra tube of like MX4 laying around, that will get the job done. No questions asked. I mean, yeah, you're not going to see some huge delta in temps, okay? But the difference between using thermal grizzly and using thermal grizzly and using like MX, for example, is like the difference between getting in the low 40 degree range or getting into the high 30s with thermal grizzly, okay? So I choose to use the best. It's an expensive build, so why not? You figure you get like a $25 base to thermal grizzly if you can afford a $5,000, you know, $10,000 computers. It doesn't matter really. Just get what you feel comfortable with, I guess. It's MX4, it's MX4. If you got thermal grizzly, it's thermal grizzly. If you want nothing but the best, use Conductonaut. Oh, it's not even thermal grizzly that you need, huh? So, what's next? Alcohol. Rubbing alcohol. On there. Get that rubbing alcohol on there. Oh shit, I put too much on. Here it is. We're not going to use the, it already comes with extra paste, okay? But it's not sufficient for a build of this caliber to just have shitty paste. Get some better paste. If you don't have it, get some better paste. Okay? Oh. I think it's good. Looks fine to me. So, once you got it spick and span, and it looks like this, looks all mirrory, okay? Then you're good to go. Okay? So, I'm going to take off the back plate. Okay, I took out all the screws, 6 screws that hold down the back plate. If they're not off, you're going to, you know, you might forget. I get on the first one, I'm not worried. It was really easy to notice. So, I'm going to kind of jiggle this. There is a cable underneath, okay? Make sure you take the cable out, or you're going to rip it out. Do something funky with your back plate, which you're not going to use anymore. Save this? I don't know. I don't care. Leave it aside, put it in another room, put it in another box, do what you wish with it. Just try not to be abusive to it, and it should be fine. So, expose the PCB on here. It looks much different than a Founders Edition card, right? Well, that's because it's not a Founders Edition card. It's a Aorus blah 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 bullshit card. It's a fucking Xtreme one. Okay, so take off the thermal pads from here. Yeah, like that. Take it off. Off. Boom, 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 boom. Throw the shit away. Anyways, okay. So now that you have your thermal garbage off, you're gonna want to clean the VRAM and the RAM. You want to clean the VRAM on here. It's because it's all oily and shit from the stuff that they use garbage at Aorus factories and Aorus headquarters and blah blah blah. So you get a little bit more rubbing alcohol, and you just put it on there. Kind of wipe it down. I don't know why it's all oily, but it is tough shits, tough titties. Ooh, nice. Huh? Make sure you try to get in there because it's going to be a pain in the ass. Just remember to wipe off the oils. It's important you remember to wipe off the oil, and you'll see why in a minute, because when you throw on the thermal pads that it gives you, this oily crap will make your life a living nightmare, and you'll need to get the wife to take it off for you if you're all thumbs like I am. Okay? Got everything off. Looks like PCB is still PCB. Okay, it's done. Now, for the good part. Don't like this part. I don't like this one. Hey, Happy! Asami mo take mo natin. I got the scissors right here because I'm all prepped, ready to go. Not the band, man. So, so what this is the thermal pad that you saw I not taking off of the last graphics card. These are the one that is RAM is individually cut like this. Okay, so you can't really mistake this for not being the RAM ones. This is gonna go to the 11 dies on the PCB is so you got 11 gigs of DDR5X RAM. You're going to suffice to say you're going to need 11 of these. Try not to destroy all 12 of the ones it comes with. I think it's just one size fits all, and they just make them up for Titan XPs. I remember when I did Titan XP, I had 12 of them. I know I'm going to have one left this time, which seems right. I got 1, 2, 3, 4. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 here. That's why I'm getting the oil off. You got one of these long ones, you can cut it. You're going to need to cover this, you need to cover this, and you need to cover this. Okay? I have a sneaking suspicion that I don't know if I covered this. Maybe I should have read the instruction manual after all. So you take the you don't need to put them on these. It looks like they're capacitors. These are phases right here. I think it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it's I think these phases. It's something to do with like 8 plus 4 phases, maybe. It looks like the phases on here. Phase. Someone can chime in on that one. I don't know. Huh. I guess it can't hear me at all, huh? Yep. Not a fucking thing. All 12 of the ones that comes out, I think it's just one size fits all. It doesn't make enough to tighten the speed. These pages, it's off. Yeah. Okay. That's fine. Apparently my mic's working, but it's not being registered by OBS and what have you. Which is fine. Looks like it's dog shit. Interesting. I want to check if it's working anyway. Let's see if it registers my voice. Thank you. You don't want to be on positive feedback too, so yeah, there we go. Okay, so everything seems to check out. Yeah, so what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and cover this. Oh. So there's no tissues in there. We're gonna go ahead and cover these. So how this works is you can actually, I think this is the RAM one. I think it's not. You don't need to be perfect with it. Complex enough to measure this go walk. You might want to get some these suckers. I don't know what you call them. If you call them pinch, I don't know. Makes life a lot easier. There's one. There's two. They don't have to be perfect, so for your perfection stuff, there is. I think these are like needle nose pliers, maybe. You might want to get these. You don't need to be perfect with this, so. Good. That's good. シールを剥がすために、この、ちっちゃい、なんて読むかわかんないですよ、これ。もうちっちゃい。とりあえずはちっちゃい。I wonder if David could actually print a 3D printer, or one of these, I don't know, I actually have an industrial 3D printer, and I saw David on his Facebook, he's interested, he got a 3D printer. I have an industrial one, so I know I can probably print most of a waterblock, but I don't know how long it would last, but I'd be interested to see. Again, I have not tried it. I just know I probably could if I really wanted to. And I just get the steel milled, some nickel plated stuffs. Dude, this is really hard to get off. This is why I got me that pinch. Oh, what a mean pinch to get off. Ugh. When you do that. Again, there's 12 of these. Just try not to lose more than one. Or then I need to buy some more. I'm not very good at this. I had to work on this. Come on. I don't know who is, and if you are that person that's really good with it, probably gonna be worth a lot of money one day. Jesus. This is impossible to friggin' do. Lots smoother than the first time I did this. That's for sure. This man, oh man. Chill out with this. One more, あと1枚、トータルこれ12枚あるので気をつけてくださいね、これなくさない。たまにこのビデオやってるんですけど、全部12枚。12枚みたいな。これラム。ラム So we're going to go ahead and align. I'm going to reuse this in case I do require that last piece on the hinges over here. Grab. We'll just line that down the middle. There we go. Half. There's two pieces. We'll go on two sides. So it's going to be a little bit longer. We need to cut off a little bit more. Let's see why we cut off much more. Less than a centimeter. Maybe just about. There we go. Up a little bit more. About right. Maybe we can leave it up the top. This. There. Fair enough. And we need one the exact same size, so. Come on. Get on. Come on, baby. Nice. So that goes on there. On there now. A piece. The inside off first. Place it on. Easy. To these. Don't want them too wide because they're going to hit something else. I don't know if it's gonna screw anything up, but just want to be safe. Yeah, needle nose pliers. Thank you. Apparently those are called needle nose pliers. Yeah. Good. It feels good. Whew. Pulling my breath while I take these off. Hello. Freaking impossible. Come on. These pliers are terrible, so get some better ones, obviously. Come on, man. That's it. Yeah. One more. Come on, the living nightmare is almost finished. There we go. Okay. Yep. Good shit. Oh, what a nightmare. So, next, you're going to want to make sure to cover this as it says on the instruction manual. I've already seen it once, so I don't need to show you again. Look for your back in a minute. I need to have a cigarette, so. Yeah. want you, know me, Mona. Know me, Mona. Alright, sorry for the cigarette break, but immediately after that, garbage. So, next, we're going to go ahead and put a shitload of thermal paste on. It's pretty easy to do so. Ooh. That's way too much, but too much is better than not enough. Okay, so that's on. I'm going to stick this part on. Looks clean enough, so I'm going to go ahead with it. Yep. Good. Okay. You want to get this to the edge of your table if you can. Kind of eyeball it. Make it thermal paste everywhere. It's on. Get the baggie. What I like doing with this kind of stuff, okay, is be very careful. Get all your screws out. Your what do you call it? Water cooling pipe closing things. I'm going to go ahead and do the core first. You want to do the core first, work your way out. Okay? Unfortunately, I do have to do this portion outside of the table due to see. Don't tighten it too much. It's acrylic. It's going to break if you tighten it way too much. Plastic, essentially. You got 4 screws holding on the core. You start with those 4 screws, make your way out. Okay? Don't break the core by tightening too much. Do X motion, do an X pattern, what have you. And that's why I like to put a liberal amount of thermal paste on there. It's also a pretty hot guy. You want to take the 2.5 M2.5 screws. It says it on the instruction manual. Yes, I read this manual. You have to. Okay. Let me see something real quick. Sorry if it goes in positive feedback loop. Sorry if it goes in positive feedback loop. Yep, that works. So, in business, that's on now. Okay. You see these little plastic washers? You don't have to use them, I'm guessing. I'm not taking responsibility for anyone to build here, but they're pretty. They're not. I'm guessing they're not required. It says they're required on the instruction manual. There's no torque on it, so kind of one of those things. Do it if you feel comfortable doing it. Let's do it exactly like it says. Use the screws with the washers. And those will go in. Huh? Don't have a PCB, please. Get it right. Okay. That's something I didn't want to happen, but it did. Apparently that screw is garbage. Got another one, doing it. Why is this the bad man, eh? What a weird. Try another one. I don't know. I don't know. Man, that was hard to get in. That is. What do you want to do with a new 3D printer? Print a 3D printer with a 3D printer. Yep, that's what I would do. Have a thriving business. That one was difficult to do. Don't tighten these too tight with their acrylic. Okay? Someone didn't properly drill these screws. Ooh, that's a bummer. I'm going to control these by PWM. PWM. FPW. 3 more screws left.あやちゃん、箱を持ってきてくれる？なんか、あったじゃん。かっこいいやつが入ってるやつ。クリアの箱が入ってるやつ。 So we have the completed block. You don't see any liquid paste leaking out. See, that's done. Aya, montik mo natin. We got the 2 blocks. We're ready to go into PC now. This part concludes the part of explaining how to mount the EK-waterblock on the 10 TIs. I think we did it under an hour or something. I guarantee that someone will do it in 30 minutes. It was quick enough with their hands. I do have shaky hands, so unfortunately it'll take a little longer than some people do. Everybody, if I can do it in an hour, probably you guys can, no problem. The screws are the screws. Bag. 1, 2. Keep the shit tidy. You're like me. There. I'm in the bag anyways. I don't want to really start with the face. Get in with it. We're going to do the SLI now. You're going to use the wrench, okay, the hex wrenches. Don't lose these. You're going to use them. That's one. Okay, so this is the narrow one. Now I was working out you on here. Pick it up. Okay, so again, that's the tutorial to it. Both complete, ROM in the computer, and then benchmark. So that was pretty easy. A beginner can do it. 初心者もできますので、頑張ってください。やるんだったらもうすごくお勧めしますので、見てくれてありがとうございます。So, thank you all for taking a look at this video. This tutorial is actually very comprehensive in my opinion. It's very easy to use. I'll do another video where I actually build up the Threadripper build. And yeah, I'll have these running in SLI. That's a good one. Thank you.